Howdy y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I am participating in a hop for red pandas. The purpose of our hop is to raise awareness about red pandas and also to help educate all of us on ways we can help out to ensure that the red pandas don't go extinct. On top of that, we are all card makers, I believe, that are participating in the hop, and we will be showing you how we created our cards. So set a spell, kick your shoes off, and continue with this video to see how I created this card for today. Let's begin. So for the card we're going to make today, we are using a digital image. It's actually a coloring page that I just used some software to shrink down to size. I have already placed a mask over that image, and now we are going to bring in some stencils. So we're going to start off by bringing in this grass stencil. This is a homemade stencil. I love when I am able to use a die cut for more than one purpose, and that is the case with our stencil we're using right now. So we're going to make some grass here, and to create our grass we are going to use some distress ink in the color Mowed Lawn. We're also going to use this makeup brush to help us get the ink onto our cardstock. So there's that. Now we just have to place our ink over our stenciled area. And now we are going to move our stencil up a bit because the coloring page that we took to create our card front, well, it has some lines in there for where the ground should be, so we're going to try to place our ground in that area. Okay, so we're going to use our brush again. So now we have our little red panda walking in some grass. We're going to use this Post-it label again, this time to help hide a bit of our grass. And then we're going to bring in this stencil. This Altenew stencil is called Tree Ring, and I felt it would be appropriate since red pandas spend their time in the forest. Now we just need to place our magnets down again, and we're going to use this makeup brush to help us create the background. So I'm going to use the Distress Ink color, which is Weathered Wood, to create our tree rings. And now we're just going to brush some of that onto our makeup brush here. And then we're going to use that to apply our ink onto our stencil. And just bring in some more ink. And now I think actually I think I'm going to do the outside of the ring of the tree ring as well, just not nearly as much. So there you go with that. And that's our little scene for our red panda to be hanging out in. And now we're going to remove our mask from our red panda. And we're going to use our Spellbinders Tool-in-One to help us do that. Now, I usually have a hard time with keeping the mask in a condition where I can use it again, so I'm just letting y'all know that I'm going to rip this mask off, but slowly and carefully so that we don't rip the cardstock. So I'm going to place this magnet to help us make sure we hold it in place. The magnet's just helping us to make sure that our paper, our cardstock, doesn't move while we're removing the mask. So now that we've created the scene that our little red panda is hanging out in, I'm going to start coloring our red panda. Also, I'm going to share a little bit of knowledge about the red pandas. Did you know that red pandas are highly susceptible to canine distemper? They can contract it when humans encroach their lands and allow their dogs to run freely. Rabies vaccines cannot be given to red pandas because they will contract the disease from it, so it's lethal to them, which is why organizations like the Red Panda Network are working to educate the public and helping to get their pets vaccinated. That's why you should get your pets vaccinated, so you not only can protect your pets, but also the wildlife that is local to you and your pets might encounter. It is also good to keep your dog from roaming around wilderness areas for their safety and the safety of the wild animals. Now, because I have never actually seen a red panda, I'm going in with some red shading to color my red panda. This first color that I started out with is black raspberry. Now I'm going to move along into a couple of other colors. I'm going to move into Tuscan red. And now I'm going to go into terracotta. Oh, although I don't know what a red panda looks like in real life, I do actually have a red panda that is my room mascot, so that's why I went in with some darker and lighter colors, which was the Tuscan red and the terracotta. From pictures that I saw online, their underbelly actually looked black, but because I don't know how accurate that is, I chose to go with the black raspberry instead, so that way it's still a darker shade of red. I'm just going to finish up with some more coloring. Okay, so I'm going to continue with terracotta, as it's going to also be my brown, and that seems to be what the majority of the body is on the red panda, so that's where we're going with that. Now, once we're done with the coloring, I'm going to bring in a blender to make sure that it all works out. And now we're going to do the face. So I'm gonna do light peach for the inside of the ear. Then I'm going to bring in peach for the outside of the ear. And for the white areas, I'm actually going to bring in peach beige. And then I'm going to bring the terracotta back in. In my research of red pandas, they said that red pandas don't actually have any other species that they belong to. Like, they don't belong to any other family tree. So okay, so I have at home, I'm a dog owner, and I have a boxer mix and a Boston Terrier and a Dachshund, and they're of course all part of the canine family tree, whereas a red panda it's all on its own, which is why it's so important that we do what we can to support them and make sure that they don't go extinct. Actually, I'm going back in with the peach beige for the muzzle. Now I'm going to bring in some baby oil. And to apply the baby oil, I'm going to use some Fantastix sticks. All you do with the baby oil is just remove both of the caps. And then the cap from your Fantastix. And now you can place the tip of your stick inside the baby oil. And now you can take it to your coloring, and it helps to blend your coloring out, and it looks really cool. Well, I think it looks really cool. So now I'm just going to clean the tip by taking it over the printer paper and just scribbling. Once you can no longer get any of the colored pencil off of your stick, then you can go back in and you can blend the rest of the colors. So now I'm going into the lighter areas. And now I can go back into the tail region. So I think that's a fairly good job. And don't forget to recap your baby oil. Now that our image is colored, all we need to do is score we've scored our card base, and now we just need to set the crease in with our Teflon bone folder. We just need to glue our card front to our card base and we'll be done. Couldn't really think of a good sentiment to go with this card, so I think I'm just gonna leave it as is, because if you've seen my videos, you know that sometimes I just create an art piece and it doesn't necessarily have a sentiment to go with it, and I feel that's the case with this card. And we're just going to use some Grassy glue to attach our card front to our card base. We are, of course, going to use our Misty to help us out. And I'm actually going to place the glue on the card base itself rather than the card front. Just make sure you have enough glue to hold your piece down. And then you can place the card into the Misty and place the front on top of it. This gets everything aligned nice and neatly. And then there you go, there's your card. Remember, this is part of a video hop to help promote the awareness of red pandas and how protecting them helps to protect our world as well. So I have the next video on the hop listed in my description box below. Oh, there is a prize drawing. You have 1 week from today, of the day of the video, to enter. So it's always a good idea if you're entering a giveaway like that to, well, it's always good to comment on the videos. Along with commenting, you can click the thumbs up button, which lets YouTube know that you like the video you saw. And if you really liked the video you saw, feel free to subscribe to that channel. And right next to the subscribe is a little bell. If you click that, YouTube will notify you whenever new content is available from that channel. So I hope y'all stay safe, stay healthy, stay crafty. Bye.